You know, if you spend a lot of time around true habitat geeks, you're going to hear the topic come up probably about doe factories. The whole idea is so flawed it's beyond ridiculous in my opinion, but the idea is if you go ahead and improve your property outside of just the fall, you're going to attract all these does, and all those does, they're going to push all your bucks out, and you're going to be left with nothing but does to hunt all the way through hunting season, with the exception of the rut itself when they come and visit your does. Well, there's some truth to all that, but it has nothing to do with offering food over summer or any of that stuff. What it has to do with is if you set your property up so that the does bed absolutely everywhere on that ground, you know what? They start crowding out those buck bedding areas, those areas that the bucks are drawn to bed because of the superior view, because of the superior safety, because they place so much more importance on those things than does. You know, the does start bedding in those locations, you know what? You might have problems. You know, those bucks may end up moving to a different area of their home range just simply to get, so they have their man cave to spend the daytime hours in. Okay, but that has nothing to do with food. What it has to do with is property layout. Now, go ahead and take those does and try to create your doe bedding up close to the food sources. They are so much more tolerant of disturbances and that type of stuff than that mature buck is. For does and young bucks, really one of the most important things to them right after being left alone is being as close to their food as they comfortably can because they're lazy. Okay, so pack those does around the food, leave those back end areas alone for Mr. Big. You simply do that right there. If you have locations on your property that mature bucks naturally want to bed on anyway, you position the does around the food, you don't have to worry a darn bit about doe factories. You're going to have all the bucks you want. I have managed long-term somewhere north of 30 properties. Every single one of them, without exception, had more does than the neighboring properties. Why? Because the habitat was better than the neighboring properties, so the deer went like this. But guess what? I also had more bucks. Why? Because I'm offering them the best of everything that they can get, along with leaving those areas for them to have their own man caves in. If you spend a lot of time talking habitat geek talk, you're going to hear the term doe factory. Ignore it. It's so incredibly flawed, it's not even funny. Feel free to offer spring, summer, fall, winter nutrition year-round. You do that, you draw more deer, your deer are healthier. Just lay it out in the way so that your does are closer around the food and those buck bedding areas are off in the distance and that they're left alone. You do that, you got the best of both worlds.